Hi, welcome to Ashland Mystery, rvtv noir, a monthly series for mystery readers and writers in the Rogue Valley. I'm your host, Ed Battistella, and with me tonight are Mary Robesman and Mary Smithy from the Rogue Writers Group, and we're going to start with a reading from Canine Capers.
Canine Capers, Mystery in Oak Valley, by the Rogue Writers. Chapter 1, Dog on the Loose by Joanne. It started like any other day in the Oak Valley community with coffee or tea in the newspaper. The sun rose over Mount Grizzly and sunshine spread across the valley into homes. Mandy, a Sheltie, not a miniature collie to be precise, began to bark and bark. Bob directed his teacher voice at her. "Stop it, Mandy." Without breaking concentration on his reading, he said to his wife, "That dog yaps at everything." "She thinks it's her job to notify us if anyone walks past, drives by, or does anything," Joanne replied. "What is going on outside at this hour?" Joanne peered out the window and saw a big black dog running on the street. "Oh my gosh," she yelled, "Mary next door's dog is loose. I'm going to get him." In 3 steps, Joanne was at the door, yanked it open, and called, "Kip, come here, boy." The dog ran away. "Oh, this means trouble, Bob. You check on Mary. I'll catch Kip." She jogged up the street, but the dog ran faster. She thought, "I can barely keep him in sight." "Yoo-hoo, Joanne! He's heading toward West Valley View," Phyllis called from her driveway. Her house stood on the corner, but with a clear view of the streets. "Is that Mary's new dog?" "That's Kip," Joanne panted. "I don't know how the dog got loose. Bob's checking on Mary." "Well, hop in the car. We'll track him down." Phyllis patted her golden retriever. "Be good, Bree. I'll be back soon." Phyllis tossed the newspaper in the garage, grabbed car keys, and slid behind the wheel. Joanne got in the car, and off they went. The determined dog was racing toward downtown Talent. "I should explain about Kip," Joanne said as they drove. Mary had wanted a dog for a long time. Her friend found this lean, healthy Australian Kelpie wandering alone. Mary adopted him and named him Kip. "Well, did they try to find the owner?" Phyllis asked. "Try as they might, they never could find the owner. Kip's the perfect dog. Never barks, housebroken, doesn't jump on people, and Kip loves to be petted." "Mr. Perfect, right?" "Wrong. There's something unusual about him. Kip is an escape artist." "What?" "The big guy jumps 6-foot fences. He opens doors at the house, but so far hasn't figured out the deadbolt. Kip leaps through the car window and lands in the passenger seat, sits down, and is ready to go." "Oh, he's clever," Phyllis said. "Kip takes little adventures, too, snoops around, always exploring. However, he comes immediately when Mary or I call him. That's how I know something was terribly wrong today." Phyllis stopped the car by the Camelot Theater. "That dog isn't around here. Do you know where he might go?" "Well, maybe to Mary's daughter's home in the country. Kip loves to run there and play with her dogs." "Well, we've totally lost him. Let's give up the chase. Drive back home. Mary must be worried." Chapter 2, The Scoundrel, by Mary S. Mary and Kip were at home in the backyard as Joanne and Phyllis were out running down the suspect black dog. Kip was on his back, belly up in the redwood chips, keeping an eye on his mistress as she deadheaded her spring pansies. When the doorbell rang, Kip flipped himself to his feet in one neat move and raced to the door, barking to Mary, "I'll take care of this threat alone. You needn't pull yourself away from your beloved pansies." "Oh, don't be silly, Kip," said Mary. "You know I'm always here to back you up." Mary opened the door to see the faces of her friends, full of concern and then relief, as if a cloud moved through them. They were so happy to find that the black dog was not Kip and that he had not, once again, managed to escape the backyard. What Joanne and Phyllis didn't know was that Kip's true identity. Mary didn't want to rattle the neighborhood with information about her adorable companion's line of work. His missions were important to the canine world of truth and justice and needed discretion and often outright secrecy. Kip was an undercover agent with the LAPD, having gone to ground in the early 2000s as one of their top agents. That very morning, Kip received breaking news from the Canada geese across the way as he and Mary were out for their morning walk. The geese patrolling their end of the field kept a reasonable distance so as not to spook Mary. They called out to Kip, relaying the information direct from the Loose Goose cable network. "Hey, Kipper, we got a bit of worry for you, laddie. That scoundrel Tim the Tooth managed to dig his way out of the Pelican Bay prison and hop a ride on the San Francisco ferry. He caught the BART back to Berkeley and then jumped in a pickup truck headed for Cave Junction. Seems he hoped to cover his tracks and throw off the cooperative canine unit who picked up his trail in People's Park." Well, Kip was all ears. He and Tim the Tooth went way back when Tim used to make a living at the Greyhound tracks in California, making book and terrorizing innocent poodles up and down the coast. His network grew so large as the ring he carried in his ear, hooking up the lost and the homeless, the refugees from the kill facilities, all looking to find to belong to someone. The milk-bone ring provided them with a sense of family, such as it was. "Oh, thanks, Grander," growled Kip. He used his growl to throw Mary off the track of the real message. She was a sensitive owner, and he didn't want to burden her with the details of his day. "Any idea where he's headed at this point?" The geese spread their wings, and in a mock threat, they reached their long gray necks in Kip's direction, honking loudly. "Well, the last we heard, he scooted out of Cave Junction in a red pickup, came through Grants Pass in Medford, and was dropped at the Talent Walmart. Obviously trying to make it back down I-5 and into California before the racing season begins," offered Lady Goose. "He's a scoundrel, that Tim," woofed Kip. "Thanks for the tip." "Hey, no problem, Kip. Keep us posted, will you?" called the gander. Chapter 3.